expertise in teaching, research, consultancy, and academic administration. Dr. Sharma is the discipline leader for accounting and finance at Skyline University College, Sharjah, UAE, where he has played a major role in shaping the institution's academic and research landscape. He holds a PhD in accounts and law, focusing on the financial performance of leading industry, and has an impressive portfolio of research published in Scopus Index journals on topics like financial inclusion and sustainable finance. In addition to his academic contribution, Dr. Sharma is an accomplished consultant and trainer, having led impactful programs for renowned organizations like JK Cement and BHL. Recently, he was honored with the Excellence in Teaching Effectiveness Award for the academic year 2023-2024. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rahul Sharma as he speaks on balancing innovation and autonomy, the role of AI in higher education. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Archana. Thank you for giving me this opportunity for sharing my views on AI in education. So, before I start, I'd just like to share my presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay. So, before I start, though you may find that certain things, because the topic is same role of higher education, artificial intelligence in education. So, what Dr. Esnita has mentioned, I will be also be going around those lines only. So, I will be talking about the balancing innovation and autonomy and the role of artificial intelligence in higher education. So when we are going to talk about the role of higher education, role of artificial intelligence in higher education, I'd just like to start with the agenda, what we are going to discuss in this session. I'll be talking about a little bit brief about the introduction of artificial intelligence. Though in today's era, everyone knows about artificial intelligence, but being an academician, we start with introducing the concept. And then I'll be starting with the challenges of AI in education. Then we'll be bringing that why we need balance between innovation and autonomy. Then we'll be discussing about the future directions, what educators can do, and also points to be kept in mind while using AI. And then I'll be discussing certain emerging trends which are being used nowadays in education and which we can also use depending upon our courses, whatever courses we are teaching. But I'll be talking about that how this can be used in education and why this is our need in today's environment. We cannot ignore it. So I'll start my presentation with one story, and I hope every one of you must have heard this story where there was a queen and she was having a mirror, and she used to ask that mirror that my mirror, please tell me who is the most beautiful in this world. And that mirror was comparing all the faces in the world, and then it was giving an answer to the queen. Though there were certain limitations also, but I just want to correlate this particular mirror with AI. That the same is the scenario today, that we can ask that AI, that mirror, that I want to find out the answer of this particular question. And then obviously AI or that mirror gives us. So we have nowadays that generative artificial intelligence, or we call it ChatGPT. Also, we are using it as a synonym of generative artificial intelligence. So we'll be talking about this generative artificial intelligence. We can use it. We know that this can give us answer on anything. Whatever we are typing, it may give some answer. But as the earlier speaker mentioned about, that we need to know how to use this. So that depends upon that what kind of information we require, what kinds of prompt we are giving to the maybe to ChatGPT, maybe to whatever platform we are using, and then accordingly it will be it will be giving us the solution. So here the art is to ask questions, not to find out the answer, because these LLMs will be accessing all the data, whatever is available, and then based on that they will be giving us answer. But the art depends upon that the way we are prompting them, the way we are asking them. We are asking questions from these uh, platforms. So before we start, artificial intelligence, as we know that nowadays it is being used by the industries, and at higher education is also no exception to that. And we are also using this in higher education. And there may be certain educators, those who still think that we should not let our students use the AI, but we cannot get away with it. We cannot stop them, because this is going to take over uh, the learning environment. So obviously, the educators are not going to be replaced by higher education, by artificial intelligence that we will be discussing in the session. But this is the need of the hour, that we need to learn how to use artificial intelligence as an educator, as well as we need to teach our students also that how they should use it in an appropriate manner, so that we they are using it in a right direction as well as ethically. So this is the need that why universities and colleges are leveraging AI to revolutionize teaching, learning, as well as administration. And however, the integration of AI raises critical questions about balancing the potential for innovation with the need to preserve autonomy in academic environment. So now, I think there's some, yes. I'll start my presentation with the challenges of AI in education, because many of us or many educators still think that students should not use artificial intelligence. So if they are not in the favor of that students should use, then obviously they will not be like to use AI also while teaching. So the first point that is the most important point that everybody is thinking these days, that if we will be using or our students are going to use this AI very much in our lives, then the people or my student will not be able to develop their problem solving skills. That they will be putting all the problems to the AI, and then
Excuse me, sir. Sir, PPT slide is not moving.
okay. I'll just stop sharing and then again I'll start. Is it visible now?
No, sir. No, sir. It's not visible, sir. Now it's visible. Now it
Okay.
is.
So this problem solving is visible.
Yes, sir. It is visible now.
Okay, so please stop me if it is not visible, if it is not going ahead. Right, so I was talking about that the major concern with each and every educator is thinking about that if students are not going to have the basic skill, that problem solving skills, then how will they be working in their corporate life or in their future? So problem solving, which is a big problem, and problem solving, which is a very much required skill that need to be there with every student. And if it is we are going to use, or our students are going to be over dependence on AI, then they may have got shortage of this particular skill, problem solving skill. That means they will not be able to apply their brain in solving the problems. Next thing is the critical thinking skill, which again is a cornerstone of higher education. That means if we are learning through our graduate or undergraduate programs, then we need to learn how to use critical thinking. We need to know that how to ask questions. We need to understand how to evaluate different strategies, different options, and then based on those evaluations, we need to make certain sound decisions. So all these processes are the part of critical thinking. And as an educator, I would love my students to hone their critical thinking skills. And if they are using AI in taking decisions, that means some of the educators think that they may not be able to develop their problem solving skills or critical thinking skills. And similarly, if they are using too much of AI in their life, then they may not be able to understand, they may not be able to learn how to interact. So learning is not just about the acquiring knowledge, but it's also to know how to work in teams, how to be empathetical, then how to develop other social skills, then how to work on different projects in a collaborative manner. So all these skills are not going to come with the use of artificial intelligence. And this is what some educators think in today's environment. And we will be discussing that how we can overcome all these things, these problems, and community building, because again, I'll be totally depending upon my laptop or my mobile to solve those problems, and sometimes those students may not be able to develop relationship with their peers or with the professionals in other environment. So these are some of the concerns. Peer learning, we know that students learn not only from their faculty members, but also they learn from their friends. They also learn from their group members. So uh, when they are depending totally upon the artificial intelligence, then they may lack all these basic skills. So these are some of the drawbacks. Then beside that, earlier speaker also mentioned about the economic barriers, that there may be differences, that all the people are not having the same kind of economic background. And we know that these tools that we are using, sometimes they provide advanced facilities, advanced features on the while we are making some payment to those people. So those who can afford making payment, then they can use the better AI facilities, while the one which is not able to, or which is who is using basic features, will not be able to get the same features. So this may create a barrier. And then digital divide, like in rural areas, if these facilities infrastructure is not developed, then again those people, those who are staying in the rural areas, will not be able to use AI in the same manner in which the person who is from maybe metro city or maybe from urban areas. Beside that, there are certain ethical and practical concerns also. Ethical concerns, we know that if we are giving some assignment to our student, then they first, earlier they were searching in the textbook or reference books. Now, first of all, they will be opening that whether this particular answer is available on the chat GPT or on that AI tools or not. If it is available, they may not be thinking even to add something, and they may want to copy it as it is. And here where comes the ethical concerns. Though we know that there are tools which are available which can bring down all these things, like Turnitin is there. So nowadays we can find out that how much AI component has been used by the user in writing any article or research paper or maybe assignment, which can be used. But this is one thing that this create a concern, that students may not be applying their brain, they may not be using it in solving the problems, and they will be taking it as it is, and which is again a big ethical concern. Then comes practical challenges. Implementing AI solutions in higher education comes with practical challenges, such as ensuring equitable access to technology, providing adequate training for educators, because if educators themselves are not trained, we know that ChatGPT is available, but what kind of prompts do I need to make to get my answer? And similarly, if I don't know, then how will I create the assignment? If I'm creating very simple assignment, earlier we were giving some assignment, and we want, like, I'm a finance faculty member, so I was giving some assignments earlier before this AI, when I wanted them to solve some balance sheet, some income statement, compared to the income statement and balance sheet, and then analyze which company is doing well. But today, if I will be giving similar assignment, then they may simply put that particular attachment in the chat GPT, and then they will ask it to solve all those ratios. And we know that chat GPT can solve all those ratios. But so this is a practical challenge, that what kind of questions do I need to ask, so that AI cannot solve all those things also. And if it is solving, then I can also measure that my student has also used his brain. It has also helped, this assignment has also helped my student in using his problem solving skills and using his critical thinking skills. So all these things I would love my students to apply. So only use of AI will not help me in understanding whether my student is understanding all these things. This is the challenge that we are nowadays, almost all the faculty members are finding, that if they are giving any assignment, any case studies, and the students will be uploading the same assignment as attachment, and then they will be getting the answer. So this is a challenge that we need to address, and we will be discussing in this presentation also that how we can address such challenges. So first I wanted to talk about the things which may be in the mind of most of the people who are attending this particular session, or who will be who will be attending this conference in next 2 days. So all of us wants to know that how we can overcome from all those problems. So the next point of agenda is why balance innovation and autonomy. So the answer is, why do we need to use artificial intelligence in our teaching learning process? Because we are the first facilitators of new technologies. If we ourselves are not we ourselves are not telling our students to use them appropriately, then who will be the other person who will tell them? Because they are coming to our universities, our colleges, our institutions to learn about not only about business education but also about technology, that how we can use those technology in business. So we need to teach them, we need to tell them that these technologies can be used in a productive manner if we are using them in the right manner. So obviously, answer whatever challenges I discussed in the earlier slides. All those challenges comes to an end with this particular statement that we don't have any other choice. We have to teach our students that they need to learn how to use it in an appropriate manner as well as in an ethical manner. So this is one thing that being a facilitator, we need to tell them. We can also use this artificial intelligence in preparing and reviewing our sessions and providing our students with additional resources. So sometimes and this is not the first time, or this is not since last 6 months or 1 year we are using AI. Earlier also we were using AI, and you will agree to that we were using Google. So Google was giving us, but not in the same manner, but we were getting that information. So similarly, nowadays we can get that information in a more refined manner using AI. So when Google came, it does not mean that teachers or books were not required. After that also, so even if AI is there, then we need to understand how we can use it, what kind of resources we need to refer, what kind of resources my student need to refer. And so we already use search engines earlier, as well as we use those Amrol databases, as we use ProQuest, we use so many databases. So all those things were available which were helping us. So similarly, nowadays we have got this AI which we can use maybe for our research as well as for giving some additional teaching learning resources to our students. So if I'm using artificial intelligence to foster critical thinking and independence to my student, then why should I not use this? So AI technologies bring forth personalized learning experiences, like earlier, like nowadays, you must be knowing there is a app called Duolingo, which is being used by people to learn different languages. And being in UAE, I'm there in UAE since last 3 years, I'm also using the same. And it gives you personalized learning experience. That means the way you are moving ahead, it will be telling you that this is where you are making mistake, and whatsoever word or whatsoever topic you are making some problem, you are making some mistakes, then it will be giving you more of the similar kind of exercises. So why I'm giving you this example, that if our students are going to use AI, and if we are telling them to use it constructively, then this enhances their learning experiences we can also use AI in assessment tools, that the different kind of questions, we can create different kinds of scenarios using AI, because sometimes we know that this is the problem that I'm going to ask, but what I need to I need to ask my students questions which are forcing them to use their critical thinking skills, which are forcing them to use their problem solving skills. So for that purpose, instead of asking direct questions, I may ask them, I may give them some scenarios, and based on that scenario, they may be evaluated. So this AI can be used for those assessments, and it can obviously will enhance the educational landscape. So by leveraging these advancements, we can create more engaging and effective environments. Then autonomy, it is crucial to balance these technological innovations with the autonomy of learners. So we are asking them that you can also learn on your own, to take charge of their own learning. What kind of learning they can understand, that whatever knowledge they are getting from the AI, is it correct or not? Because they need to take a decision. They need to make a decision that the assignment that they are going to submit is according to the question that was asked or not. So it will help them in ensuring that not only the information that they are providing, but this information should be useful. This should be related to the question what has been asked. So the balance ensures that students are not just passive recipients of information, but active participants in their education. And encouraging it also help them in problem solving. It can create interactive simulations and virtual environment where the students can experiment. They can make decisions, like I was giving, like in the courses where role plays can be used as an effective tool to train our students, to guide our students. So there we can ask different scenarios. Obviously, we need to learn what kind of scenarios we can ask AI to give us depending upon the scenarios. And for that purpose, obviously, the institutions have to pay has to make this learning of AI. They need to provide proper platforms to their faculty members also. So these simulations can mimic real-world scenarios, allowing students to engage in problem solving and develop creative solutions in a risk-free setting. Then these artificial intelligence can also enhance learning experiences like personalized learning paths. It can create customized learning paths for each student, adapting to their strengths and weaknesses. Like I was giving you an example of this Duolingo only, where it will be asking you, giving you more and more exercises on the point where you. So students can use these. Even now, you need not to go to some other specialized language training center to learn any language. You can learn all those things. This is just a simple example, very easy, which is there. Similarly, other things are available on your mobile phone. You simply need to know that what do you want to learn. Even you can learn music using these apps. So AI will tell you. Even the same Duolingo also teaches music. If you want to learn guitar, you want to learn Casio, you can learn all those things. So it provides us customized learning path and strengths and based on our strengths and weaknesses and learning styles by analyzing data on strength, performance, and engagement. This will also be giving you real-time feedback and assessments, and this makes all this learning in so much fun way that students enjoy all those things. So when they are involving in those games, they may not be like to learn the language, but like if you are playing Candy Crush, then you enjoy like level 1, level 2, level 3, and then when you are playing a game where you are learning something, then obviously it will be the productive use of time, so which AI can do. Then integration of technology, we can promote human AI collaboration, like the attendance thing, we can take through AI using and using softwares. Maybe you can use Google Teams, you can use Microsoft Teams, you can use other softwares also. So attendance thing, I need not to waste my time on attendance. I need not to waste my time on finding other material, study additional learning material. But instead of that, now I can invest my time in the professional development of my students, I can find out that what kind of exercises do I need to give them so that they can solve those problems and they can learn from you. Even I tell them that you can use AI, but the thing is, the difference should appear sometimes. So invest in professional development, provide ongoing professional development opportunities for educators to learn about AI technologies and integrate them into their teaching practices effectively. Supporting students, it can be AI can also be used in enhancing students' engagement. So if AI to design AI tools that actively engage students and promote critical thinking. This can include interactive simulations, intelligent tutoring systems, and personalized learning pathways that we earlier talked about. And also, we can expand access to quality education globally. So, if AI is there, I need not to go to some other city or some other state or some other country to get that education using AI. I can have the access to that quality education at my doorstep also. So it can help in bridging the gap by providing high quality online learning resources to students in remote areas. Through AI driven platforms, students around the world can access educational content